YouTube. Guys, I hope you are doing well. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and joining the family. We'd love to have you. Guys, also, thumbs up. Helps with the YouTube algo, apparently. That's what they say. And yeah, guys, sit back and enjoy today's live stream. Now, here's Sitch. Today is a perfect day, as you can see from the title of the video. We really, extremely, really are hoping with fingers and toes crossed that we can get the Beamer started, because today is the perfect day to take the Beamer out for a little cruise, and I am missing just driving my baby around. So we're going to go back there. We're going to give it another shot. We're going to see if we can get it jumped, and I don't like my chances, because as I said already, I do believe the fuel pump is most likely the culprit and why it won't start. But you never know, we might get lucky and we might get it to just click over for us, which would be fantastic. So I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna give it a shot. I've already got jumper cables over there in the Beamer. Van Diesel's battery is now truly fully charged again, so I can go ahead and feel confident driving this over there. I don't need to go back and get Van Normus to do it. The least amount of time I could spend in Van Normus, the better, just for my allergies and my asthma and stuff like that. So I won't drive back to get Van Normus prior to going to the Beamer. We're just going to go straight for it, and hopefully we get a little bit lucky and she just starts right up. So that would be the best outcome. But if not, then it will probably cement my thought process and thinking that something's probably most likely gone wrong with the fuel pump. I really believe it's a fuel issue. Could be a sensor, it could be an O2 sensor, it could be crankshaft, it could be, there's other things it could be, but for some reason, fuel pump is in my head. I've had about, how many E36s I've had in my life? So I've had, this is like my fourth E36, I think. I've had a few different Beamers outside of E36. I've had some E39s, had, what else had, E38s or E39, something like that. I've had the E90, I've had a few different Beamers, yada, yada, yada. So from my experience being a Beamer owner, fuel pump's something that kind of just goes on a lot of E36s in particular. So it just feels like a fuel pump issue. Definitely is a fuel issue. I know that it's not getting the fuel to keep the engine running. Something's clogged or blocked or just not functioning properly in that whole scenario. I'm going with fuel pump. I've always had this feeling that since day one that the fuel pump was on its way out. It's just something I've always felt. Due to another instance where it wouldn't start. So actually another two instances where I've had a similar issue. So I can't help but feel it's fuel pump related, but I could be wrong, could be something else, but I'd be surprised. So we're gonna go over there and see if we can get it started again. What's up to everyone who is just coming into the stream? And as you guys know, in case you are someone who is just coming in and wondering why I've already started talking, is because I don't believe in dead air. I don't like doing the whole I'm just going to sit here and wait for people to roll in type of situation, because a lot of people watch these live streams after the fact. And so I like it when you can just go to click on my live stream, the video has content from the very second, and it makes it more enjoyable for you. It makes it more enjoyable for me, because I don't want to just sit around and just be twiddling my thumbs waiting for someone to roll in. So that's why I do what I do. All right, what's up, Jazzy? What's up, Lorraine? Hope you guys are well. Lorraine, I hope it starts too. Morning to you, Jazzy. Yeah, I'm fingers crossed. I mean, like I said, look, I'm not going to even be upset if it doesn't start, because I already believe that it's going to be something other than just luck of the draw that's going to get it to start. Now I do believe I need to replace fuel pump or something. It's something that has to be replaced. So it's not even gonna stress me. I'm not gonna be upset about it. It is what it is. And you know, we'll spend a little time with the Beamer, and if we can get it started, great. If not, then it is what it is. What's up, Christine? Hope you're well. Morning to you as well. As for last night's stream, ended on a bit of a cliffhanger when I had that freaking bug thing in here that looked like a wasp. I don't know what happened to it. I'm guessing it flew out because I didn't notice anything in here since. So fingers crossed. It just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave and not stress Faith out. I think that's what maybe happened. I don't know, but anywho, you never know. We might see it again today. I don't know. So, but we're gonna head over there to the other storage unit where the Beamer currently is, and we're going to hopefully be able to get a positive outcome. So you guys send that positive vibes, those good energies, manifest a good outcome, guys. So yeah, let's manifest the car starting. We can do it. It will start. It will start. The Beamer will start. The Beamer will start. The Beamer will start. Let's put that out in the universe, and yeah, let's hope it works. You scared it. I hope so. I hope that's what happened. All right, so I'm going to put you guys on the front there, and we're going to start driving. We're going to get out there, and let's see what happens. Now we have no fuel. I didn't end up going to the gas station last night, and I didn't even end up driving super far away. I just kind of found a random place to park. So I didn't go with my original plan. So we're going to attempt to not have to put fuel in as long as possible. It's kind of fingers crossed I can make it to where we need to go today without having to put fuel in. At least that's what I'm hoping, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, don't really want to have to put any fuel in, even though I do need to because the fuel light is truly on. So anywho, it's what it is. Now also, so we are yes, absolutely, start Beamer, start, put those vibes there, guys, put those vibes out there. It's a beautiful day today, guys. Super sunny, super absolutely just incredible weather right now. This feels like a summer day. Currently it's saying it's 76 degrees. I think it's hotter than 76, but it's saying 76, so I guess it's 76. What's up, Victor? Welcome to the stream. Feels hotter than 76 to me, but okay, we'll play along. Let's pretend like it's 76 degrees. But yeah, it's a nice day. A bit of a breeze as well, so it helps to make it feel a little bit cooler. But blue skies, only a few clouds up there in the sky right now. And yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm enjoying this day. That's what I'm saying. It's the perfect day to drive the Beamer around. Like, it's one of those type of days where it's like, yo, let's just go on a cruise in the Beamer. That would be so rewarding right now, and it would really totally make my day. But it is what it is. Either we'll get lucky or we won't. Either way. I also was thinking, I wish I had a little fuel, what they call the things, the fuel container or jug, whatever you call it, the proper name for, I don't know why I've gone blank. I can't think of what I want to call it, but just a jug to see if, I wish I just had some fuel that I could, a little container that I could easily put a little fuel in and pour some fuel into the Beamer, because look, the gauge does not work properly, but it doesn't work properly, but usually when it's low on fuel, the light still comes on and lets you know that. So there is a slight possibility that maybe it's really low on fuel and it's just malfunctioning even more than it was, and maybe the light has stopped coming on. Like, I do not remember the last time I put fuel on, but I look at the gauge where it's at the moment, and the light's not on, so I was like, well, it's probably not that. What's up, Nicole? Hope you're well. Jerry can, that's the word. Thanks, Dave. What's up, Dave? Hope you are well also. Jerry can, that's what I was looking for. That was exactly the word I was looking for. So, it's one of those situations where I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to get lucky and it be something as dumb as just the fuel gauge decided to further crap itself and stop even warning me when I'm in my reserve. I don't think it's that. I literally just think it's the fuel pump, but I need to see if I can hear the fuel pump priming, and last time I went to start it, I couldn't determine that. I couldn't hear the fuel pump not coming on or coming on. Like, it'd be easier to do if I had someone able to turn it on and listen underneath the back left side corner where the fuel pump is under the seat, and listen to underneath the car to see, to make sure it's priming up. But we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. But if we can get lucky today, it's the perfect day, because it's quite warm right now. So temperature won't be a reason why it doesn't start, being too cold or anything like that. And yeah, let's just put some good vibes out there, and let's just hope it does start. Moving forward, I am looking forward to, one of the reasons I wanted to get Van Normus was to be able to tow the Beamer around and go and do some track days and do some drifting events, or whatever, just having a little bit of fun and stuff with the Beamer. The Beamer is already dialed in for the most part, in case some of you guys are wondering. there's probably a couple little things I'd like to do to it to further make it just even a better drift missile, maybe a hydro system on there, and maybe a bit more angle on the front there, which I'm not even sure. You know what? I need to double check that, because I haven't really checked to see what's even on there at the moment. But there's probably a few little tweaks that could make it even better for drifting. It's one of those situations though where it's like I'm at a weird place with the Beamer, because it's the only car that I have that I can do literally drifting with, or track days racing with, or anything fun, because it's literally the only car I have left now as far as a car that I can do even just a street build with, and just have fun with. It's kind of sucks, because I want it to be many things, and I don't want it to be just tailored for one thing, like, because my thing is I don't want to only do drifting, and I don't only want to do track days or racing around the track. And I also want to be able to just cruise in my car and just have a dope street car as well, so it needs to tick a lot of boxes at the moment, like wear a lot of hats, which is what it is, but it's just kind of like unfortunate that I don't have any of my other toys that I used to have over the years, so I can have my dedicated drift car, my dedicated track car. We'll get there eventually, It's something I really do want to, start pushing a lot more of again. So, but yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted Van Normus. I wanted a van powerful enough to be able to tow my car to events and stuff. So, so at some stage I do need to spend more time with Van Normus, getting it ready. I don't want this to be the end of the story for Van Normus. I kind of had to think about it, and just because of how hard it is to get a jumbo van with the high roof like that size at a decent price, and even at an expensive price, like they're just, everyone wants one now. So I feel really fortunate that I was able to grab that one and get at the price. I just need to figure out a way to be able to breathe in it and not have to worry about breathing being an issue. That's the biggest thing right now with that. So if I can figure that out, and I think the obvious idea is, before I go ripping everything out, maybe getting someone, a professional, to come in who deals with allergens and things like that. Maybe give it a shot, see if they can freaking clean it effectively to make that work. But before I rip everything out, because it would be cheaper to pay for someone to come in and detail, even though it's not cheap. They're going to probably charge me at least $500 to do an inside detail, a proper one in there, because of the size of the thing. But it's still cheaper than ripping everything off, ripping all the walls off, ripping everything off, if there's a way to salvage all of that work that's gone into covering the walls and the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. But if that doesn't work, then it's going to be a waste of money, because I am going to just have to literally rip everything out of that crazy thing. Every single thing will have to be stripped out if that doesn't work. And that does not excite me, does not interest me, that's not something I want to do. But it is a possibility that is what's going to have to happen. And that sucks. So we'll have to see. If I wish the Gold Coast wasn't that far. It's quite of a drive. The Gold Coast will take me about 2.5, 3 hours, probably longer even, to where I need to go on the Gold Coast. So it's at least probably a 3-hour drive minimum to the part of the Gold Coast I need to go to, where I know there is a car wash that has a vacuum, that has like a cleaning, upholstery cleaning vacuum, so it has the water and stuff and it sucks it up. I know where one of those are, but the only one I've ever seen ever in my travels is located on the Gold Coast. So it could be worth a trip to there, but I don't know how long the hose is. It may not reach inside the van long enough to get to the areas that I need to, get it clean. So it could be a waste of time and effort. Plus, it could end up being as much as me just paying someone, the professional, to come out when all said and done, because from memory it wasn't cheap to use. So I don't know, but I definitely would like to, if I get lucky, and it's just a matter of cleaning, I would like to keep everything that's in there. What's up, Karen? Hope you're well. And anyone else who's rolled in that I missed, what's up to you? I think I saw Nicole's name pop up earlier. What's up, Nicole, if I missed you? I'm not sure if I saw that. I think I did. So, I've got my Beamer key, which is good this time. So we'll be able to get in there. And, yeah, hopefully we get lucky. Maybe. You never know. So, what's up, Gary? Welcome to the stream. So what's up, anyone watching in the background? Anyone that I missed? And anyone who is just watching in the background? What's up to you guys as well? I got the E30. Hey, Gary, that's dope. That's what I'm talking about. That E30 action. Yeah. That E30s are dope, man. I seen someone selling a E30. They had a freaking they had a E30. It was apparently running and everything, and I looked at it and I was like, ooh, I'd love to get that. They were selling it for a decent price too, man, and I was like, ooh, that, get rid of one of the vans and grab that freaking E30 would be dope. The only problem is, like, I was like, where would I park it? So, I don't know. I kind of, when you've got something like an E30 or any car, like, you know, that you care about and it's a classic, you kind of want to keep it parked covered, you know, in a shed or a garage or somewhere. You don't really want it just out in the elements. Even if you have a car cover over it, you know, you still, it's not giving it the real protection it deserves. Yeah, you know, so, but yeah, it definitely freaking caught my attention. E30s are nice. That's where the BMW legend began. What's up, Bobby? Hope you're well. Hope all you guys are well. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend, a great Saturday, great Sunday. Hope you guys are all just freaking chilling and doing your thing, you know, just giving yourself some from R&R and a moment to yourself to just kind of just be present and all that cool stuff, you know what I mean? So, but we're about to find out in a second if the Beamer is going to start, because we're literally only a few minutes away from there. We're literally just around the corner, so with a little luck, we're going to get in there, open up the shed, freaking have a good result. Let's manifest that. I'm about to freaking do some mega freaking meditate. Today is such a day. This is a Beamer day, guys. Like, this is one of those days, and that's the other thing I'm looking forward to. Like, I'll be able to, like, see, once I get the Van Normus, like, where I can be in there for extended periods of time. One thing I want to get's a car trailer, and like, so when there's like cars and coffees events that are like anywhere, like they could be anywhere, I could literally just tow my car to an event or anywhere like that and not worry about also just like, you know, because the cops get funny about cars that, you know, are, you know, a bit lowered, a bit sporty, exhausty, you know, bit done, a bit modded, you know, and that's a long drive. Usually, like, if there's something going on in the Gold Coast or Brisbane, that's a long time for me to drive that car and attract potential attention, unwanted attention, I should say. So, and the other reason is also just for me is like, I don't want to go, like, for me, like, I don't want to go that distance and not have my home where I can go to toilet if I want to go to toilet, and things like that. I think that's the biggest thing for me as well, is like, because I am very much not someone interested in using a public toilet or anything right now. Doesn't interest me in the slightest to do anything like that. So I'm really looking forward to yeah, being able to go and do things and have my home there with me. So then when I want to go to the toilet, when I want to do anything, I can easily do it and not have to worry about using the public facilities. And that is dope. So I can even like camp out for a weekend, you know, say I want to have a whole weekend event. You get a weekend pass at some of these tracks, you know, and have a weekend pass and be able to freaking just the entire weekend, just freaking spend the whole weekend there, and I can just camp right at the track there, you know. That would be dope, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, I got it unlocked. I'm at the storage unit. I'm just gonna go and unlock the gate, and hopefully we get some good news here shortly. So I'm just putting my shoes on and let's get in there and see what happens. The last time I came to the storage unit here, the gate was still chained up and locked, and they were open for like a few hours. They're supposed to be unlocked. I had to call the owner to come and unlock the storage unit, and he was not happy. His security people let him down. So I guess that guy probably got fired because the chain is off today. Alright, so gate's opening, which is good. And yeah, let's hope. Fingers crossed for doing one of these. This is like the slowest gate that opens on the planet. Alright, here we go. Yeah, definitely, like, this is, if there was a day, oh, I came in the wrong way. I need to go around the other way because the battery jumper thing's on that side of the car. I wasn't thinking. I need to, let me go ahead and flip this bad boy around. Because, yeah, the battery cables, jumper cable's not long enough to reach, and I need to, the jumper terminals are on that side of the car. So I'm going to go ahead and just, well, I can drive up there in reverse, do some funky maneuvering. Much easier in this one than when I pulled Van Normus around last time, and I tried to jump it with Van Normus last time. Van Normus is such a huge van, as you guys know, so there's a wall right in front. So let's just say it was, yeah, let's just say it is a lot harder to maneuver that bad boy around, which you guys, I'm sure, can appreciate. So, what's up? How you doing? Alright guys, so we've just parked. Now I'm going to get the tripod. I'm going to put you in a tripod. Hopefully you guys will be able to see the action. I realistically probably need to be a little bit further back to reach the terminal. So, but we'll just give here a shot. Fingers crossed. I'm going to push the beamer forward and do all that. I'll put you guys in the tripod. And hopefully I'm going to try to put on the seat here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see what's going on. And if we can get a little bit lucky and she freaking starts, I'm going to freaking just be so freaking happy. Now, she'll turn over, but she's going to, last time she spluttered and wouldn't stay on. She was just go bloop, 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 like that. And she wouldn't stay on whatsoever. So that's what happened last time around. So hopefully we have better luck this time. So, all right, I'm gonna put you guys on the stand here. Yeah, you guys can see quite a bit, looks like, on here. So I'm gonna have you guys just like that. And you guys should be able to see the action. I mean, I could probably even, that's probably good enough. So probably don't need to go any wider than that. All right, let's see what we can get. I'm gonna go get my keys from the back. What's up, Lizzie? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Grab the Beamer keys. And I'm going to put a mask on. Technically, I'm supposed to be wearing them, but I'll just have one on my face in case I do need to pull it up on my face. So that's just there. All right, let's get it. Go over there, put my shoes on, and let's see what we get. Plus, it's really windy today, so wearing a face mask wouldn't be a bad idea just to keep all the freaking wind from blowing in my face and stuff. By the way, oh, I was going to say, thank you guys for all your support and everything. And then I just seen Lori just tipped me, gave me a tip. So thank you, Lori, for that tip. I really appreciate it. It's going to be super useful. So thank you for that. Great timing, actually. It's going to definitely come in handy putting some fuel in the vehicle. So thank you for that, Lori. Appreciate the dono. Thank you for the tip. And yeah, if anyone else wants to do a dono or anything like that, the best way to do it is like Lori just did, using the Streamlabs link. You click on that. That's connected directly to my PayPal, and that I get to keep 100% of, and it goes instantly into my account, so I get instant access to it. And also, when you use the paypal.me/offtap lifelink, I also keep 100% of that, and I get instant access to that. When you do the super chat button that YouTube has, YouTube takes a big chunk, and I also get taxed 24% on that now these days. So I get less than half of it. So, and it's not instant, and I have to wait a month for it. So the way Lori just did is the best way. So if you guys want to support the grind, support the repairs and the builds and everything else that's going on, that's the best way to do that. So thank you again, Lori. Appreciate that. Welcome. Get some gas. I will, Lori. I definitely will be doing that for sure right after this, for sure. Absolutely. So all right, thanks, Jazzy, for throwing that link up. So Jazzy's put the link up there, so that's the link. So thank you very much, Jazzy, and thank you all the various ways you guys show your support. You guys know, whether it's through just watching the videos, watching ads, subscribing, becoming a member, doing super chats, buying merch, doing donations, giving a thumbs up, which helps with the YouTube algorithm, whether it's through just silently supporting in the background or whatever is your, your claim to fame, it's appreciated. All right, let's see if we can get that Beamer started now. Let's double check to see how well you guys can see me there. Not as well as I hoped. I might just put this window down. It might help. It's probably a little better. All right. I've got to open that door. That will probably help as well. Or, actually, maybe if I even do wide view. There we go. I think that might be better. So I'm gonna unlock the trunk here. I mean the hood. AKA the bonnet in Australia, that's what they call it here. So I wonder if that's better. Yeah. I think the door being open, you can probably see a little bit better. All right, here I go. Yep, so the battery's completely flat, which I knew it would be. Got the jumpies. All right, here we go. Let's see where we go. Gonna put the beamers on first. So a little tip for you guys who don't know, if you guys would have watched when I installed my electrical system, I talked about this a lot. But in case you don't know, always put your positive on first and put your ground on last. When you're taking them off though, you do it in reverse. You take your ground off first and then your positive. Also make sure you don't touch these together. Obviously, you could have a shocking experience. Another little tip, sometimes in your cars, like modern cars, a lot of cars have, like this Beamer for example, the battery is in the rear of the car, it's in the trunk. But sometimes cars like this, when the battery's in the rear or under the seat of the car, like in the van there in the Vito, they have jump points in the engine bay. where it's just like a little point where you can put your positive cable, and a lot of times it won't have a dedicated place to put your negative. So when you're doing the negative, you put that just on like the body of the car. You find something that is a solid metal body point on the car, and that can work as a ground as well. So another little piece of information for some of you guys who don't know that. All right, so we've got our terminals on this side. Now we're going to put them on to Van Diesel. And my biggest fear, I was hoping I was going to get away with parking further up like that, and no. So unfortunately, guys, that's going to mean that, well, I'm going to have to move you guys, and we're going to have to work this out, because otherwise you will see nothing. I am going to have to slide this bad boy back more to get it to work. So note to self, next time, don't buy the 2.5 meter cables, get the 3 meter ones. That extra half a meter, guys, come in handy. So there's situations where you can't get that close to the car. Well, actually, you know what, guys, hold on. I could just push the Beamer forward a little bit more. That's what I normally do, and I haven't done that yet, so I don't know what I'm even thinking. I'll just push it forward. That's what I normally do. So yeah, I totally forgot to do that right now. All right, hold on. I won't have to move this at all. All right, I'm starting Van Diesel up. All right, so we'll let that just run for a couple seconds. Just for a little bit, just get a little bit of charge in the battery. And then we're gonna go over there and see if we can, fingers crossed, get it to turn over. So everyone put those positive vibes out there, and those good vibrations, and everyone, let's hope that we get a really good outcome right now. So here we go. freaking way. It started right up. Last time I went to start it, I've got the video as well, which I haven't edited and uploaded yet, of when I went to start it before, and it was going, and it wouldn't start, it wouldn't turn over, it wouldn't work. But holy crap, you guys are freaking powerful. The Octave family, all you guys, your positive vibes, your energy manifested this. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Holy crap, guys. Well, the power of the Off-Tap family cannot be denied. Absolutely, you guys manifested that. Together, we put the good vibes out there in the universe, and it freaking started. This absolutely is a freaking joyous freaking day. So, it's scary though, because it's got me really confused why it wouldn't start, and now it has started. Again, it could be, again, I'm feeling like a faulty air filter, because your fuel pump, because sometimes when it's on its way out, it'll still start and work, and sometimes it won't. It will fail, you know what I mean? So I'm still feeling it's something like that, because it makes no absolute sense whatsoever, because last time it just completely wouldn't turn over, not even in the slightest. But it started now. So needless to say, guys, that means we are getting ready to go for an adventure in the Beamer. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys into the Beamer. I'm going to park Van Diesel in the shed. We're going to do a little bit of tag team and switch them around. And we finally, for the very first time in a long time, are going to get to drive the Beamer around for a bit, which I, for one, am extremely excited to be doing. So let me go ahead and just pull this up to here for a moment, and then I'm going to pull the Beamer out, and yeah, we have some fun. Of course, there's someone coming in the gate right now, which is obviously annoying. As long as hopefully they go left or right or something else would be nice. But I kind of got to now wait and see which direction they go, because they're going to drive by straight here. I'll be blocking the way when I pull the Beamer out, so it's kind of crazy. There's times you can come here. There's times you can come here and not see another person whatsoever at all, like the entire time. And then you have days like today where obviously someone's rolling through, so I gotta wait for him to pass by, and then I'm gonna pull the Beamer out and put Van Diesel inside. Alright, he's just passed us, so let's do that. And I'm I'm gonna swap you guys. Hell yeah. To my baby. Other thing I like about this car is I always have my freaking plug in here. my you know, when phone holder. Whew, she sounds good. It's been a minute since we got to drive her. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I can't drive this. Oh, we'll have to. I think the rego expired on it yesterday at midnight. I think. I'm pretty sure it did. Wow, totally forgot about that. Okay, we may take it just around the block, but I think it's possible the rego expired on this. The registration expired at midnight. I totally forgot. Oh, I think it expired at midnight last night. I expired on the 11th. Is today the 11th? If today's, no, yesterday was the 11th, wasn't it? The 11th at midnight, I'm pretty sure this expired. And I think today's like the 12th or 13th or something. But we'll just go around the block. We can't start this and not go for a quick drive. So we'll have to take that little bit of a risk now, I think. It's not, you know, it's not the best thing to do, to drive with your rego expired. But if today is the 12th and it's only just expired at midnight yesterday, if we run into an issue, maybe I can play a little bit stupid for, say, oh wow, I thought today was the 11th. Jeez, wow. Wow, guys. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, all this time I've been wanting to drive this, and now, you know, to go on a proper drive. Now I won't be able to go on a proper drive in it. And it needs a proper drive. Alright, well, I'll just take it around the block, and hopefully we can get lucky and just go around the block here and not have any issues, because it just needs a little bit of just a little quick drive. Just to, it hasn't been driven in literally like over a month, you know, or something crazy now. Probably even longer than that. I can't remember the last time I drove it. And now that it started, the one thing you can do because I need to keep the battery charged up, to get the battery charged. You know, I just had to jump it twice now, so I don't want this battery to be completely ruined. It needs to be, you know, driven for a bit of time before, you know. Thinking. It's not one thing, it's another. Exactly. Exactly, Christine. No, Faith, don't risk it. Big fines. Christine goes, you're kidding. I don't know. Alright, guys, hold on a second. I'll be back in a second. Let me check to make sure. I'm gonna double check online to make sure to see if it is if it expired yesterday or the 12th. It could be today, but I think it's definitely the 11th because I kind of remember 9/11 for some reason. But guys, give me a second. I'll be back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to double check. So it definitely expired. Yeah, it definitely expired. At midnight on September 11th. So I went online and I'm on a monthly rego payment thing with my rego anyways. Like I could pay monthly with this car. And so basically what I did was I basically did I made a payment using the online thing. Yeah, so anyways, what I did was, thanks to you, Lori, because your dono right now, your tip allowed me to put that towards paying that monthly amount that was due to renew my rego for another month. So on the good news, I was able to renew the rego on this for another month, which is good, and we can go for a little drive. On the bad news is we have no fuel anywhere. So we will be going for a short drive in this. I mean, this had to be renewed anyways, because if you let it completely expire, they take you out of the monthly debit thing, and then you have to completely go back inside to get it registered at a transport place, and you have to potentially, if you let it go too long, you'll have to get a new roadworthy safety certificate, all that crap. So so it had to be done to prevent any of that from happening. So anyways, thank you again for the tip, Lori, because it just came in the nick of time, and without that I would not have been able to renew the rego for this right now. So thank you very much for that. So if anyone wants to make any donations, Jazzy's put the link there. Use the PayPal link, or use the you can use the link of the Streamlabs link like Lori did, which works very well. And yeah, if you want to make a donation, contribution towards fuel or anything like that, or food or whatever, if you want to support the grind, help with repairs or builds or anything like that, those are the two best links to do it, either through my Streamlabs or through PayPal. It's not good. I mean, the super chat ones, again, YouTube takes the whole amount for that. I mean, not the whole amount, they take a big chunk of that, and then I also get 24% tax on that from YouTube, so I get less than half of that, and I only get paid that once a month. Meanwhile, the PayPal link and the Streamlabs link, I get that instantly in real time, and I keep 100% of that, which I'm sure you guys want to help me and not help YouTube get richer. So, because they don't need the money, let's be real. They're fine. I'm sure they can put fuel in their gas tank and eat food, no problem. Multi-billion-dollar company. All right, anyways, we're going to go for our cruise now in Beamer. Mainly, most important goal here is to get the battery charged up a bit, get it to run. It is a bit scary not understanding and knowing why the Beamer would not start and then these times like that it won't start. It's a bit scary because I don't understand why it won't start at all. And like it literally last time it's going like it was on, it wouldn't stay on, and it was very just all over the place and jumpy. And then you guys just seen this time it just started right up smooth. So something's going on. I know there's instances, like I said, when a fuel pump's on its way out, sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. When it's on its way out, you know, until eventually it will just completely fail on you. And so I don't really know what's going on there. I keep still thinking it's a fuel pump on the way out because I've had that same thing happen. You guys remember a long time ago when it wouldn't start, and then I came back another day and it started. So there's definitely something going on. I'm going with fuel pump. Could be a sensor though. Could be a O2 sensor, or it could be something else. I've had O2 sensor actually go on my car before, but I'm just thinking it's a fuel thing where it's just not getting the fuel properly. So the best way to keep the car running good though, from experience, when I never had an issue with it starting, was I was driving it regularly. So why don't we start driving this a bit more regularly to keep that from happening? What do you say, guys? All right, I'm gonna put my mask on, and let's get ready to rumble. Thank you, guys. And yeah, I will I will what will I do? Okay, guys, I just want to quickly, so shout out to Jazzy. Jazzy just made a dono through PayPal, so thank you, Jazzy, for that tip. I appreciate that dono. She did it directly through my PayPal. That's why you guys didn't see it show up on the Streamlabs link, but I got the notification that just happened. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you, Jazzy. I appreciate that. That is going completely 100% into fuel for the car right now. So so thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank all of you guys for your support again. You guys hear me say it all the time. Thank you, Lori, again for your support today. But thank you to everyone who supports all the time at various other times. There's tons of you who support regularly throughout, you know, the course of this channel. And you've shown your support in various ways. And there's people who do it in the background that you guys don't know. And then there's people who do it regularly that you do know. You see their names all the time, and I shout them out through our live streams and things like that. And you guys, each and every one of you, also support in other ways too, whether it's through thumbs ups, whether it's through watching the ads, watching the videos, subscribing, becoming a team member, just the various ways. You guys know there's lots of different ways that you guys show your support. Buying merch, buying reaction requests, watching ads, etc., etc. You guys know, super chats, donos, everything. So thank you all for being part of the family, the community. Thank you for the support. It's much appreciated. All right, now we're going to let's go for a quick little drive in this, get the battery charged up, and yeah, let's then take Van Diesel and put that in the shed real quick. All right. All right, guys. All right, I just need to close the shed. Brought some wet wipes with us. Appears that I had a few in here. Didn't realize that, but got more now. Just in case I need them. All right. All right, cool. So we can now properly go on a bit of a drive without having to worry about getting pulled over for not having the car registered, which would have resulted in fines and things that we definitely would not want. Definitely not want to have happen. So we're going to go for a little bit of a quick cruise and get the battery charged up and been in here, which is super necessary. She's warmed up now. She's been idling for a bit. We've got her phone here. I think that's all we really need. I should probably plug it in so it doesn't charge. Remember when I told you guys I had hay fever medicine in this car? So I told you I had freaking hay fever in there that day that I couldn't get in here. Not that this brand works, but I had something, which is better than nothing, in the Beamer. So if I could have accessed the Beamer that day, I would not have had to bought any. All right, so phone's charging. Faith is tunnel time. Hell yeah. Welcome, Faith. Go get some petrol. Love you, Faith. Love you guys too. Love you too, Jazzy. Love all of you. Thank all of you guys for your support. You guys ready to roll? What's up, Lucinda? Welcome to the stream. So glad she started. Me too. Super glad she started. I'm really happy. This has been long overdue, going for a cruise in Beamer. So let's get rolling. It's been a minute, and oh my gosh, she feels great. Absolutely feels great. All right, here we go. Hey, how you doing? So just seeing the owner of the compound across this thing there. He's got his camper van. Looks like he's going away for the weekend. So here we go, boys and girls. It's Beamer time. Now, the unknown, I'm not confident in how much fuel is actually in here, needless to say. So we're going to share the fuel with Van Diesel. We're gonna put like $10 in Van Diesel, and we're gonna put $10 in here, just to make sure there's fuel in here and we don't end up on the side of the road. Because like I said, the fuel gauge in this car does not work properly, and I have no idea of really knowing exactly how much fuel is in here. Since I haven't driven it in a long time, yeah. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, what's in the trunk? What's in the trunk of this car? The jack is in the trunk of this car. So we won't be doing any drifting or anything in here right now, guys, because the jack's in the car. And if we do, the jack's going to spin all around in the back of the car, which is not good. So it's already going to roll around and smash the back of the car. So when I get to the gas station, I'll probably take the jack out and put it in the inside of the car here. So I have the jack from the day I tried to jack up Fantastic, and thinking that I was going to be able to drive this over there, mind you, and it wouldn't start. So interesting times with with Beamer, actually. So beautiful day to drive this car. It's like one of those days where you just want to go for a nice little cruise in your pride and joy, which a lot of people would do on a Sunday like today. And but our goal was really just, since it was running, just to make sure it runs, you know, because again, this car, for you guys don't know, it's a rare BMW E36 5-speed manual 6-cylinder 2-liter. In this configuration, in the sedan, in Australia, they're quite rare. Anywhere in the world right now, E36s on a whole are quite rare, because right now this car is literally from 1995, which would make it like a 30-year-old car or something like that. 95, so 2005, 2015, 2025, so at least 25, 26 years old. So cars like this are starting to be seen less and less around on the road, especially here in Australia, where this car is officially considered a classic. It has classic status. So it's pretty special. And this one is a clean example. It's super clean. And that's something that I'm proud of. You know, it's a very clean car. No, it doesn't have, you know, the paint's clean, there's no rust, there's no things like that, there's no dents or you know, crash marks or anything. It's just a really reliable and good vehicle. Like, it's a good example. The previous guy, or the previous 2 owners, so this has had 2 owners prior to me, and one of them really babied this thing and really looked after it, from what the guy I bought it from told me. He said that just the guy really loved this car. And unfortunately, if you guys remember the story, when I bought this car, that the guy who originally had this car died. And that is how the guy who I bought it from ended up with it. And he was that guy's best friend. And so, unfortunately, the guy who I bought it from didn't want to let it go. He really loved this car, but he needed the money desperately. He's an artist. He's a musician, plays the guitar and things like that, or drums, guitar, whatever. Drums. I think he plays the drums. And he really needed the money, and he had to let this car go. And it really was, you know, a sad moment from him, because I could feel his pain, because you guys know how many times I've sold my car or done something out of desperation. And it's a sucky feeling when it's something that you've really cared for. And, you know, he continued looking after it. You know, he serviced it regularly and did all those type of things to it. which is important. You know, you've got to do these kinds of things. And otherwise, if you don't look after your car, it ends up having a major issue, and then you end up crying. So for some reason, something's going on with this car. I have no idea why it's not, you know, starting. There's obviously something going on with this thing, why sometimes it just won't start. Okay, I can't turn this car off yet. This battery is just way too flat. Alright, I was gonna go to the gas station now, but I can't turn this car off. It won't start back up. I need to drive this for a bit longer, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to hope that we've got enough fuel in here, because yeah, if I turn this off, it's not starting back up. I haven't driven it long enough, unfortunately. That's just the reality of the situation. I just went to put the windows. The way I could tell is when you go to press your windows, if your RPMs go down, like you know, you can tell on your dash, the RPMs and everything goes down. When you press your window, you know, you can feel the power going in the engine. That means your battery is really low. You have low voltage. So I just went to put the windows up, and I seen the battery literally, the RPMs woo like that. And you could hear it. So let me show you guys. And that's how you can tell. Watch this. See that? Hear the engine? Hear how it goes down? You hear the RPMs go down a little bit and goes. That is how you know, an easy test where you can tell and see that your battery is not getting enough voltage through it. Now, the scary thing for me, which I'm worried about, because batteries, when you let them go dead flat too many times, eventually they won't hold a charge anymore, especially older batteries. So I don't know how long this battery's been in the car. I've never replaced the battery in this car yet. This is the battery that's always been in here. So the scary thing is not knowing how long this battery has actually been in the car for. Because if this is an old battery, you know, 2-3 years old, and you guys have seen, I've already had to jump this battery about, it's been what, we've done at least probably four times now I've jumped this battery. Eventually, when you let a car sit too long and the battery has gone flat too many times like that, eventually it just completely dies and it won't hold enough amps to charge up fully ever again. And no matter how much you drive it, no matter how many you know, how long your alternator charges it up, eventually it just gives way, and that's it. It's done. It's done skis. It's not going to freaking charge for you. So fingers crossed that we haven't completely destroyed this battery. That's what I'm hoping. The only way I'm going to really know is if after I drive for about, because I probably really have to drive for about an hour or leave the engine. I mean, we've had the engine running probably now for at least 20 minutes, I would say. But the only way we're going to really know is if we can drive this or keep the engine going for, like, really when it's completely flat like that, you're going to want to drive it for at least an hour before you turn it off. And if you can't do that and you turn it off too soon, your goose is cooked. Now, luckily, we've got the jumper cables in the car, so hopefully we could find someone who would be generous enough to jump us if we do end up needing a jump. You know, especially if we're at a gas station, we probably could find someone, because that's the only time I intend to turn this car off, is when we get to the gas station. Oh my gosh, I forgot that Jack's back there's rolling around the back. So, you know, that's the only time I intend to turn the car off. And we should be able to find someone to give us a jump there. But during COVID, I don't really want to talk to strangers, and ask them to give me a jump or do anything like that. So let's just hope that we can cruise around in this long enough to charge it up, turn it off, and start it back up without needing anyone else's assistance to get it started again. Unfortunately, this vehicle does not have roadside assistance on it. I've never had roadside assistance on this car. So, yeah, we can't call RECQ for help or anything. So, we've just got to hope that, yeah, we can kind of, fingers crossed, just charge this up enough where we don't have to worry about that being an issue whatsoever. But I'll tell you what, guys, it feels so good being in my baby. I really love this car. It's such a joy to drive. It's an extreme pleasure to drive this car. I've got adjustable coilovers around the entire car, so she's dialed in. She hugs the road really sweet. She's got a nice stance where she's just looking nice and sexy. And the best thing about coilovers, besides obviously, you know, the way it makes your ride look, it's just obviously the way it makes your car handle. You know, it makes your car handle so much better. You can grip the corners and things much better. You know, there's all these really positives like that is why you you know, get coilovers, and you do the work on your suspension to dial it in and just make it perform better. You know, and if you're a driver of a car where you like to do things like, you know, do a bit of performance driving, or I should say spirited driving, maybe, even if you're not someone who's into going to tracks or going, you know, to events, things like that. You just enjoy going for a little cruise up in the mountains somewhere and having a little bit of fun. Spirited driving, we're going to call it. Because that's such a thing. You know, just because you enjoy driving your car spirited doesn't mean you are a hoon or someone who is, you know, a racer or something. Just some people enjoy having cars that are a little bit fun to drive. What's up, Blue Boy? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to anyone else who's rolled in here that I didn't see roll in. Welcome to you as well. And hope everyone's doing well. But that's the thing that's really got me baffled. You guys can tell. So when she started and running, like sometimes she just starts up so smooth, most of the time. But then every once in a while we have that situation which you guys seen. Well, you haven't seen. I haven't put the video up yet, but it's quite interesting to me. It confuses me because, again, I'm guessing it's the fuel pump on its way out, but you know, just never know with cars. But the other times, once it's going, it's just going perfectly. There's no issues, you know. It's just smooth sailing, you know, and that's where it just, you know, you wouldn't know there was an issue right now. Like right now, it's driving. You would think it's perfect, and it's just really weird in those moments where. Usually, again, it's because I haven't driven it in a while. When I come back, the battery's dead, and you know all of that stuff's going on, and then it won't start. And you know, it's an interesting thing. I don't know, but I think it would behoove us to just make sure we drive her a bit more. At least, doesn't have to be a long drive, but just, you know, instead of every few weeks, more like every few days tops, that we just start her up, go for a little bit of a cruise. Or it'd be great if I had a battery charger, a trickle charger, where I could leave this on a trickle charge. The only problem is in the storage unit there's no power to trickle charge it. So, but having this on a little bit of a trickle charge would do good. That's why you see a lot of people with supercars and stuff in particular, their pride and joy sports cars that they don't drive regularly, but they only drive on a Sunday or something like that. And they'll have their car sitting in their garage on a trickle charger so that when they do drive it, even if it's been a few weeks or whatever, the battery at least will have enough juice to go. So, but yeah, she's feeling good right now. It's quite windy today, which sucks. It's good and it sucks. It's good because it keeps you cool. It feels great. But it's bad for my allergies, my asthma, and my eyeballs. So I've got like that feeling where I've got something in my eye now. It's a bit irritated. So we're going to not go too far on this drive right now. I just kind of, I really want to drive it for like an hour, but I don't want to go too far out and realize I don't have enough fuel. And that's my biggest worry, and I don't want to turn the car off until I know the battery's charged up enough. So you see the dilemma I'm having right now. It's like, okay, I can't turn it off and I can't put fuel in it. So I just want to drive a bit longer and just make sure that before we do turn it off, that we can do that. But yeah, I definitely don't want to risk my fuel. It's the last thing. Running out of fuel is probably the worst thing that could happen out in the middle of nowhere here without roadside assistance. So definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, this is probably one of those situations where I'm probably going to have to replace a few things randomly until the problem disappears, because I just don't know how. It's hard to diagnose something that is like a what's the word for it? It's a let's say like a ghost, not a ghost thing. There's a word people use to describe it, but like it's hard to diagnose something that just isn't always there, right? Like it comes and goes, like a mystery, like 99% of the time it's just fine, and then suddenly it's not, and it just happens that moment, and then it doesn't happen again. It's hard to diagnose something like that. Like how do you diagnose that? You know what I mean? It's hard. You can't, because if everything is running perfectly when you started, and then suddenly it only happens once every blue moon, it's hard to pinpoint what exactly is wrong. So this is a classic car, again, as I said. So this car, 26 years old. You reach a point where you kind of, wait, 26 years old? How? It's long. What year is it? 2021? 30, wait, hold on. This car's like, wait, I'm getting my math wrong. 1995, 2005, 2015, 2025. Take 4 off from that. 26 years old. Yeah, 26 years old. So this car is 26 years old. Of course, some things are going to go on it. There's going to have parts and things that just go on it, right? Like, it's just inevitable. And not knowing the history of this car, because I've not owned this car since it was brand new, I have no way of knowing what's ever been actually replaced on here, right? You never know what's been replaced and what has not been replaced, right? So it could be a situation where they've already replaced quite a few parts on here. You never know. Like I said, the guy who owned it, the last 2 people owned it, where they really took care of the car, like they looked after it. That's why this is probably, and I don't want to be one of those people, everyone says it, they go, this car is the best example of a BMW E36 of this year model. I don't want to be that person, but my husband said he's pretty sure it's your fuel pump. Yeah, cool. That's cool, Christine. So I'm glad he agrees with me, because that's what I've just been, saying all along. I've said it so many times that I felt like the fuel pump's on the way out in here, and it is a common issue with BMW E36. It is one of those things that is known to go on BMW E36s. Like there's a list of components that are just, you know, like certain cars have that thing that is known to just kind of go and cause you issues. And on a BMW E36, the fuel pump is one of those things. So like I've been saying it all along. The last time, when you guys remember, or last two times when this car wouldn't start, suddenly I was like, man, I just feel like it's a fuel pump issue, because it comes and goes. It's never, you know, when it's, and that's the kind of symptoms. Like you could, when a fuel pump's on its way out, it can be perfect for a long time, you know, like it can just be great, and then every once in a while it just doesn't work, it fails, and until eventually it completely fails on you, and then you're screwed, right? So yeah, I'm glad. Thanks, Christine, for, tell your husband thank you for confirming my suspicions. I appreciate that, because that's just my gut is telling me. And I've owned a few E36s, and it's just one of those things where I just feel like that was the only thought popped in my head. Fuel pump. It's got to be fuel pump. It was the first thing I thought. He said, "You're right." Awesome, sweet. Tell your husband thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, is your husband? Does he drive a Beamer E36 or anything? Does he have? Has he ever had one? Anyone else in the stream here? Has anyone else had a BMW E36 before ever in your life or anything? Because they're really nice cars to drive. If you've never had one, I highly recommend you drive one. I know someone, who is it, Blue Boy? Who's got the E39? I forgot who it is. E38. Was that, who has it? I forgot. Was that Blue Boy? I forgot who has the E38. Sorry guys, I totally forgot. It went blank. But one of our family has a BMW E38 or E39. Same gen as E36, so it's from the same era. He knows cars. Okay, sweet. Awesome, Christine. Oh yeah, that's right. You've got the XR6. Blue Boy's got the XR6. Oh, Blue Boy, speaking of XR6, I seen someone selling a freaking XR6, and man, I was so freaking like, oh my gosh. They were selling an XR, there's two cool XR6s I've seen for sale, but one of them was an XR6. It was auto, which sucks, you know, but look, these days there's so many freaking, you can easily find a freaking 5-speed in the junkyard somewhere and do a swap on that bad boy, so I wouldn't even be worried about that. But there was one, it wasn't turbo either, but that's again another one of those situations where you could easily from the wreckers get a turbo, do a turbo swap pretty easily on those XR6 engines. Those VAs are just so flexible. But someone was selling one for 2 G's, bro. 2 G's for an XR6, and it was purple, and I was like, oh my gosh, 2 G's for an XR6 turbo. I mean, sorry, not turbo, an XR6. It was, you know, it needed some TLC, obviously, because it was $2,000, but, you know, content for the channel, you know, if you're doing a Barra build, and you started with just a shell, you know, it's going to be dope anyways, right? I feel great pride when I'm driving this car, you know, because you don't see anything like this on the road right now. It's very rare that I ever see another E36, and this one looks dope, you know what I mean? It's clean, it's sexy, looks really good, looks the part, looks well after, and it makes it an absolute joy to drive this vehicle, because you know that not everyone has one now. It makes it special, you know. You're on the road and you're like, yeah, that's pretty dope to have this bad boy, because no one else has one on the road, so you feel pretty dope, pretty special. I got a 5 turbo too, but it's a MK4 Jetta. Nice, Bobby, that's dope. That's nice, man. Those Jettas are sweet, man. What have you done to it, Bobby? Have you done anything to it? Have you done any mods to it or anything like that, or is it stock? I have Jettas. I've seen, that's another car. I seen a black Jetta manual. I don't know if it was a turbo one or not, but I seen it on Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace, and like you see some dope, you see some dope deals sometimes on there, right? But I seen someone selling one for like $1,500. I don't know what's wrong with it. I didn't really, look too much into it, because I saw the price and I went, oh, there must be something wrong with it. And it's like, there's no way they're selling it that cheap and there's not something wrong with it. So I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but yeah, someone was selling one super cheap and I was like, ugh. Because yeah, Jettas, man, they definitely, well, you guys know Jettas. For you guys who don't know, if you're a Fast and Furious fan, the very first Fast and Furious, Jesse had a white Jetta that he stupidly lost at Race Wars in a race. He lost the race, and then he didn't want to give his car up, and that's how he ended up getting killed in the first Fast and the Furious movie. Which sucks, because they should, there's no way, well, I mean, guess Fast and Furious, they could bring anyone back if they really wanted to, but yeah, that's how he had a Jetta, though. It was his dad's Jetta, actually. It wasn't even his, really. His dad went to prison or something, and that's how he ended up getting his Jetta. But yeah, they're cool cars. I've got the factory turbo. Yeah, so you're lucky, Blue Boy. The factory turbo those are dope. Those are really dope. I think, like, they sound great too, man. Someone who's got a XR6 dialed in, the Barra is such a great engine, man. It sounds great. It goes hard. Like, it is just such a delight to freaking be able to freaking drive. I had a Barra before because I had a Ford Falcon, for you guys don't know. So Ford has a Falcon XR6 in Australia here. It's like a really iconic car. And I used to have a Ford Falcon, but mine was the XT, and it wasn't a turbo and it wasn't a XR6 or anything, but it had a Barra in it still. So there was potential to do stuff with that car. Never did it, but it had a Barra. And the reason I had that car, that Falcon, though, the one I had, it was a BA Falcon as well. I had it. It was a delivery vehicle when I had my restaurant, and so it's one of my delivery vehicles for my restaurant. I bought it solely to be a delivery vehicle for my restaurant. But yeah, even though it wasn't the super horsepower model or anything like that, it was still fun to drive. It was rear-wheel drive, and I remember drifting that thing around many roundabouts. Let's just say that car actually, I think it's underrated. That thing can make a pretty good drift missile. I don't know if any of you guys, because you remember, the AU Falcon. Now, I've seen people drifting the AU Falcon around different tracks and stuff. I've seen a lot of people drifting the AU, but I haven't actually never seen anyone with a BA Falcon that they were drifting around. Let me know, guys, if you guys have seen someone with a BA Falcon drifting it around. But when I drove that BA that I had, it just wanted to kick out. The back just wanted to kick out. And it just was freaking easy to freaking drift with it. Like, I don't know if anyone else has ever tried drifting one and thought the same thing, but it kind of, to me, reminds me of like a Toyota Chaser or something of that size. That is kind of also a popular car to drift in Japan. The Chaser is actually, a lot of people like using those to drift with, and I think they have a similar kind of size to them, and maybe that's why the Falcon felt so just user friendly when I went to drift that bad boy around some little fun roads here and there back in the day when I had it. So could be a fun car to turn into a drift vehicle, I think. I have like $2,000 worth of parts. Nice. So for the Jetta, I just haven't had the time to install yet. Okay, okay. Sucks about the exhaust. I'll have to MacGyver one. Fine with me, but doing the O2 sensors without having a code has me worried. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I could totally understand why you'd be worried about doing that without the code. Blue Boy goes, yeah, I've seen a B8 drifter and they ain't bad, especially if they set up right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they're set up right, man, I think they freaking kind of go hard, man. Like, I was impressed. It's like, I wasn't even thinking that I would be able to drift it easily. It's just one of those random things where I was just like, oh, let's just see if I can kick this out, see what happens. And that thing was just freaking, like, super easy. It also has, again, I didn't have the XR6, so I didn't have the better model, but the engine had a bit of go to it. So yeah, I was able to still have a little fun with it. I might just stop here for a second. Ho ho ho. Jazzy said ho ho ho. He's saying nice car you have there. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, Christine. Yeah, I love this car. I'm gonna find somewhere to park, and I'll just have a quick walk around it. I'm technically on a road that doesn't exist yet, but there is a stoplight and it is a road and it isn't a parking area, so if a cop came, they still might go stupid with me. Oh, wait, but there's no stoplights here. Oh, maybe I could. I might be able to. We'll do a quick walk around of the car. For you guys who haven't seen it, it's a nice car. It's like one of those cars that, you get, it's like one of those lucky ones you get, where luck of the draw, you get one that was babied and looked after a bit. And this one is definitely that. It's a few things, typical things that happen in E36s, like the sagging roof, kind of things. A lot of them, Beamer E36s suffered from really bad door trims and door cards, like the door cards, your glove compartment, all these things just falling apart. Really huge issue on E36s, everyone knows. And the leather seats on this, particularly the driver's seat, for some reason, every single E36 I've ever seen, the driver's seat is just worn and torn. One of those things. Very Beamer E36 thing to have any of those type of issues. But overall, like I said, this one is in pretty good condition. So let me show you guys what I mean. So, as you guys can see there, 344,000 Ks on this bad boy. So, it's got a few Ks, but people who live in the Sunshine Coast, one thing is that in Queensland, Sunshine Coast, if you live in the Sunshine Coast, chances are your Ks are highway Ks. So they're not like city Ks. So those Ks aren't really that big of a deal. 344,000 Ks is roughly probably around 199,000 miles, maybe. I'm guessing. My math might be way off on that, so don't quote me. It could be less than that, actually. So don't quote me. That's just a guesstimate. But look, you can see the dash. A lot of the dash have cracks and stuff. This one doesn't. Dash completely clean. Everything is here clean. Passenger seat, no rips, which is good. Door trims are all in place in this car. Glove compartment hasn't completely fallen off. A little bit of a corner, a little bit like it wanted to in a corner there, but it's fine. This part here on the dash usually comes off on them famously as well. This one, I think this might be even the first model that had drivers and passenger airbags, if I'm not mistaken. I think they didn't come out. They used to have only the driver, but yeah. Anywho, you can see the roof sag, as I said. Now you can see that panel is there on the back there, so that one's there. But on this side, it's missing. That's just how it was when I bought it. So don't know what happened to that piece, but I'll find one from the junkyard. When I do, I want to do, if I could find black interior, and if not, I'll just get it done in black. But I want to do all this in black. I hate the tan. I like having black interior, complete interior. Little minor thing, the little cap's missing on that. But the back seat, no rips in the back seat whatsoever, which is dope. Carpet's fairly good considering. Not bad. No rips or anything. Everything else, look, center console, good condition. It's got the M3 freaking y'all know what I'm saying. And even the knob, M3. On the outside, so as you can see, super clean. She just looks the part. Got her at a nice stance with the coilovers. She's sitting nice in, tucked in just a little bit in the back here. My other E36, I used to have it tucked in way more and I had more angle. I had the back was just literally tucked like crazy. But this is just nice enough, just where it looks nice and sits nice without hopefully getting too much negative attention from 5.0. And because this is such a clean car, it what is that? Oh, okay. There you go. There's an issue. Bits of that's chunky off. But because it's such a clean looking car, it's got the aftermarket tail lights. You can see the paint. Everything is just perfect on here. Just really clean. Really clean. It's a car to be proud of. It really is. You can hear the engine. See, once she's running, she just sounds good. She sounds really good. Got the exhaust back here. See, I love this car. Extremely proud of this car, guys. Like, I just really love this car. That's where I'm at right now. So you can see they haven't turned the traffic lights on here yet. It's a whole new area that they're building around here. And the road I'm on, you can't go any further. Even with 190, it's running surprisingly good still, but I bought it from a mechanic. Nice, Bobby. That's dope. Yeah, see, Bobby, if you buy it from a mechanic, that's freaking how you freaking end up in a situation where if you get a car from mechanics look after their cars generally. Well, they know how to. Not all of them do. Some mechanics are like hairdressers where they have everyone else's stuff looking good and taken care of, but theirs is all freaking like, crap. Oh, the one thing that doesn't work on this car is this window. This window, typical another E36 things, the electric windows, all of them are jank. For some reason, another one of those quirks in the E36 of things that just are problematic, known problematic things in these cars. So for a nearly 30-year-old car, it's not in bad condition. Thanks, Blue Boy. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I'm happy with it. Mine has 190 Ks. Oh, cool, Bobby. 190 Ks. Oh, so not miles, 190 Ks. Oh, yeah. That's still good. I look at a car like, generally, most cars, if looked after, and see, this is the thing people don't realize, right? It's about, a car is as good as the owners, right? Because if you've got a car that is regularly serviced and looked after, and the person who had it did everything right, ticked all the boxes and serviced it properly, that car could last for ages and never have any major issues. Like, it could just keep going and going and going and going. You could have someone with a brand new car and they've had it for, it could be a car that's only existed for like 2 years, but if the person didn't look after it, treated like crap and stuff, it could be in worse condition than a car that's 30 years old that someone's looked after since day one. It's all about who's had the car and if they looked after it, you know what I mean? Bobby goes, saggy roof is in my Jetta too. Germans in do good with interior parts from the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, fair enough, Bobby. You know what's going on there. Bobby goes, I remember when you got it. Hey, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. You see the smile on my face. I'm like, that was a good day. The crazy thing is I ended up with this by, like, it wasn't a planned thing. I wasn't planning on buying this car. What happened was I had 2 convertibles and had to move out of my apartment, and I couldn't find a van at that time within my price range. And so I sold my convertible, again, didn't want to, but I sold it, my BMW E36 convertible soft top. You guys seen it. Super love that car. Stupid sell. Regret it every single day, like I do with most cars and things that I've had. Afterwards I go, what was I thinking? There had to be another way, a better solution. I ended up running out of time and needing somewhere to live because I had to get out of my apartment. So I was like, you know what, let me find something 4-door. If I can't find a van, let me find a 4-door, something 4-door. And this showed up, and I was like, wait a minute, what if I could get something 4-door and something that I'd actually like want to hold on to and enjoy within the price budget that I had at the time. And this came along and it was priced perfectly, and I couldn't believe my luck. And there was tons of people who wanted this car. Like, I got in first before tons of people who were wanting it. The guy who was selling was like, dude, you got lucky. Tons of people there's a guy wanting to come from Brisbane to grab it, and everyone wanted this car. And I got lucky because the price was a decent price for what it was. And also it was clean. Like, again, it's a I say decent price for a car that's, like 25, 26 years old, and an E36. Some of these are just in really bad condition and shape, so I was fortunate. The guy I bought it from was a nice guy and everything, and a fellow musician and stuff, you know. So mad love to him if he happens to be watching this video. I don't know if he's watching, but yeah, like at the end of the day, I got lucky and got this car. And if you guys watched early in my channels on this, when I started living out of my car, you guys will see that I lived out of this car for about a week or two, and it was the hardest thing ever to do the things I wanted to do in the car, because again, for me, during the pandemic, it was about not having to use public toilets and all that kind of stuff, or you know, showers or anything like that. So I was attempting to do everything I needed to do in this car, and let me tell you, yeah, not easy at all. But it did help me be able to move a bunch of stuff that I had to move into the storage unit and do all these different things. Like for that things, it came in handy. It was super helpful having the trunk and having the back seat and everything, and so it came in handy. And then, because I always thought I would end up getting something that I would end up just using temporarily to live out of, and eventually get a van and stuff, and I'd end up getting rid of it. But this turned out to be something that I was like, wow, I actually like this and I can hold on to it. And it's a bit of a rare beast in 2021, you know, and it's in good condition. So hopefully I can hold on to this and not ever get desperate like I normally do, because every time I've ever gotten rid of a car was out of desperation, and I sold it out of desperation because I needed the money, and then I cry afterwards because I'm like, oh. I mean, in the past, anyone who's been following me on the channel know in the past 7 months, 6 or 7 months, I got rid of 3 cars, and they were all cars that I loved. And starting with my Evo Killer, my sexy black beast. Go look at the previous videos, you guys will see that car. I did so much to that car. I modded and changed everything in that car, including the entire interior. Everything from the seats to the roof to everything, the lining, all the panels. I modded that thing so much. I did so many things to it. You have to check a video out to see it. I regretted selling it because in recent weeks, what, 2-3 weeks ago, found out that it was written off. Someone crashed the car. Broke my heart. You guys can watch the video on that. You can see the pictures of it. The video dropped about 3 weeks ago or so. So yeah, I, in a perfect world, really don't want to sell any vehicles anymore because I regret selling them. That's why even talks of selling my van, like Vantastic, you know, it's a 96 Ford Transit van with a high roof, long wheelbase. You never see those on the road anymore of that particular generation and that type of configuration. And you know, like, I'm a car fanatic, and it's not only just like, you know, obviously I love my JDM cars. I've had tons of dope JDM cars over the years, Skylines, 300ZX twin turbos, Hachirokus, freaking, I've had tons of gambit of dope cars. I've had Beamers, I've had Mercs, I've had everything. I'm a true car fanatic, and I've been so since I was a kid. You know, my first car I ever had was a Honda Civic that my parents bought me when I was like 14, and I taught myself how to do tons of cool things to it and fix it up, put my own car stereo system, tint windows, all that kind of stuff. I used to hang around with a bunch of other car freaks in school, and they so happened also half of the dudes in the car scene that I hung out with were also BMX riders like me, because I used to ride BMX and ride vert and ramp and all that cool dope stuff. So like, it was the best, you know. I was surrounded by like-minded individuals. We learned a lot of each other, taught each other how, you know, the took an engine out of one of my friend's cars, and we all were there to help to learn and stuff. But you know, I've changed my own exhaust, I've changed my wheels, take the wheels off the tires off, put the new tires on the wheels, done injectors. So there's all kinds of cool things that I've learned how to do over the years and done myself, just from being around like-minded individuals that knew a lot more about cars at the time than I did, and it just rubbed off. But yeah, I've always been into cars, always. I've had some dope things. I'm really proud of some of the cars I've had in my lifetime. And but at this stage in my life, like, I really don't want to lose any opportunities to have dope cars like this. um, I want to do my best to hold on to stuff like this and look after them, and protect them, and keep them in my little collection. That's my goal. That's why, like, even the Ford Transit van, even though it's like a van, but it's a potential, one of those things that you don't see on the road all the time. So I like having things that are unique that no one else has. And you drive down the road and people go, oh wow, look at that, that's cool. I like that. I don't like having, and if I do have a car like that's very popular like everyone else has, I have to set it apart. I got to make sure that it doesn't look like anyone else's. That's why, like, my Evil Killer, I had the blue on black theme to set it apart and look different than anyone else's. Like, and my front bar that I had on there, the front spoiler was one off. No one else had that front end, one off, custom. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna have it, I'm gonna make sure that it ain't like nobody else's. That's for sure. So. Did you turn the motor off? No, no way, Jazzy. I didn't turn the motor off. I'm just sitting here for a second, but I will soon have to. So mine was also from a mechanic. Oh, Lorraine, good. Yeah, if you buy your car from a mechanic, better chance of it being really, 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 good. Like, it's better chance that it was looked after a bit, if a mechanic owned it. I'm just scrolling through, seeing if there's some there are your messages real quick before I go. Yeah, I've seen a BA Drifter, and yeah, that would have talked about that earlier. Oh. I hope you can get those parts on Bobby. It'd be dope. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I will preemptively do the fuel pump on here. And what I want to do on here, though, when I do the fuel pump, one of the things I've been wanting to do is I want to put this, I know because it's in A at the moment that it won't make that big of a diff, but I did want to put this on E85, just preemptively planning ahead when, and so I wanted to change the fuel pump, the injectors, and everything that I need, the fuel rail, and whatever else I need. I think that's the only 3 things I really need to change. I'll probably need to do a different tune, change the map and stuff when I put on E85. But I wanted to put on E85 because I wanted to plan ahead and future pace and have that already done, because I am going to, the plan is to bolt a turbo on my engine on here as well. So I want to definitely, that's just one of those projects I wanted to do with that. So I wanted to be on E85 when I did that, just to really just, take this to the extreme. When I got my XR6 off the car dealer, I asked him, was there much interest in it? And he said he could have sold the car 20 times over, and he only got the car in that day. Holy crap, Blue Boy, that is so dope. Yeah, you lucked out. I was telling you the last time we was talking about it, you definitely need to hold on to that thing, man. Don't let it go. Don't let that bad boy go. It's going to go up in value. Good examples of an XR6. Now's the time to grab a Falcon and hold on to that bad boy. Everyone back home in the States want BAs as well, man. Like the BA engine. People are putting them in Mustangs and stuff now back home in the States. People are trying to get BA motors and drop them into Mustangs over here and stuff, man. So, all right. Anywho, let's head back to Van Diesel. I am going to reluctantly, I know it might be a bad idea. I should maybe put a little fuel in here. But I was gonna just maybe I'll put $5 in. I'll put $5 of fuel in just to make sure that there's some fuel in, so when I turn it off, there's that. And I think it's been running long enough. Hopefully the battery will be good enough. What we'll do is tomorrow, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll see if she starts, and we'll go for another little drive tomorrow. So, and that way we'll know it's good. But we're gonna start doing our best to just, even if it's a short drive, doesn't have to be super long, but just let this thing run, just start it up, let the juices start flowing through the engine, you know, everything gets lubed up and good, and just keep this thing from constantly sitting too long and going flat until I can put on a trickle charger. Then that will change things a bit. But now she's warmed up. We could have some fun with her, but we can't because I don't have the fuel to have fun with her. So I'm not gonna do that. I love this car though. She just got the perfect note as well. Not too loud, not too soft. She's just got a nice note. It's not obnoxious, and it's not freaking too soft, you know. Like you can go on a nice long drive with this, and you're like, okay, that's not annoying. That's all right. You know what I might do, and it might be a better thing to do, and I know it's risky because, like I said, you know, I don't know how much fuel is in here. It might be better off if I turn this off at the van, because I don't. That's the one thing I'm worried about, is I don't know if this battery, again, like I said earlier, batteries after a while can just be completely die, and you can't recharge them no matter how hard you try. They just gone skis if you let them die too many times and stuff. So what I'm probably going to be the smarter decision, which I argumentatively, if that's smart or not, because again, I don't know how much fuel is in here, but I think I'm just going to take this back to the storage unit, and I'm not going to risk freaking the battery, because when I press the buttons, the engine, the RPMs are still going down, so the batteries, and I can see the lights flickering down, so it's definitely still not completely charged up good enough, and I don't want to risk getting stuck at the gas station today. So if it starts tomorrow, then I'll feel more comfortable with going to the gas station then, but I'm not going to do that to myself now, because I could just see it not starting and I'm going to be annoyed. So fingers crossed we've got enough fuel in here that when we go to start it tomorrow, she'll be fine. But yeah, we'll definitely just come back tomorrow and do that, because I'd rather play it safe. I just have no desire to discover that I'm stuck at the gas station and have to get a jump. especially like I said during COVID. You know, I mean RACQ roadside assistants, at least when they come out, they're supposed to be wearing masks and safeguards and stuff, but you know, but yeah, it's still idling. It's still when I press the windows, electric windows, and or turn the lights, I can see it flickering. So the battery is still not where it needs to be. So I don't want to risk it. So I've had it happen before where the battery was just done. Because in theory, you can run your car from just the alternator. Again, not a good thing to do, but you know, there's things you can do. I'd rather go and park it and see how we go tomorrow. I think that'd be best. Whew, she sounds good though when she's running. Like, I'd humbly say this is one of the best examples of an E36 sedan around anywhere right now, 2021. Especially one that's manual and 6-cylinder. Which again in Australia, a bit rare. Most of these sedans in Australia, the E36s came in the 318 versions. So they had the 1.8 liter engine in them. They had the 4-banger. So they didn't have the 6, they had the 4, and they were 1.8s. That's what a lot of them was in Australia. And if you wanted a manual, I should say, in the manual configuration. I just saw a dope BA XR6 turbo Blue Boy. You would have approved. See if I can give it a little bit right now. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the tunnel, guys, today. I wanted to go to the tunnel, but can't do it today. But that was nice. That was fun. So we're gonna take the van out, put Beamer back in. But this was fun while it lasted. I couldn't just go, like, I would have been nice to just go and park somewhere and turn it off for a second and, like, you know, maybe go park by the water or the beach, or go do the tunnel blast and go for a walk through that botanical gardens place like I did before. But again, just not knowing if it's going to start again, yeah, just wasn't worth doing. So we'll see how we go tomorrow and see if it starts up tomorrow. All right, I'm going to get Van Diesel, pull Van Diesel out, put Beamer back inside, and then we'll figure out what's next. Accomplished. This was a huge check on the list today, just to see if this would start. So. Alright, I'll be black. I'll put it on the front screen so you'll see me come out. And powering off. that was fun. At least we got to enjoy her a little bit, guys. All right. That was a win for the good guys. Alrighty. We're back in Van Diesel. Just reversing out the gate because last time there was cars parked on the other side and there was a van, which was easy to maneuver in the Beamer, but in the van could be a bit more annoying, so we'll just do it this way. Good idea to charge my phone. Excuse me. Alright, so we've got to go and put some fuel in this thing right now before we completely run out. The light is super on, and if we don't put some fuel in, well, you guys know what happens if we don't put fuel in. Our duck will be screwed. driving the Beamer right now was just such a huge, like, just release for me. It was so much fun. It was so enjoyable, and I gotta tell you, it's like, it was just one of my favorite things to freaking do right now, was just to be in that car. You guys know, it brings me a lot of joy being in that car and driving it around, and it never disappoints. You know, the experience is always so much fun. I couldn't have a lot of fun like I normally would have liked to have, you know, and really let loose a little bit, but I couldn't, unfortunately, due to the fact that, well, we had no fuel and we couldn't turn the car off to get more fuel. So, you know, it is what it is, but you know, it was fun nevertheless. Sometimes just, you know, chilling and going for a nice little drive is fun. You don't always have to freaking go hardcore when you're driving. You can sometimes just chillax a bit. That's fine. This could possibly be the lowest that I've had the fuel in this car. It is low. Gas station doesn't look too busy, so that's all right. Alrighty. And we've arrived to the gas station. Alright guys, so bear with me. I'm going to have to, I've got my mask ready. So bear with me, I'm going to have to use the app to pay for the fuel. And to transfer my gas donation to my account so I can pay for the fuel. So bear with me, I'll be back. Alright guys, sorry about that. We've put fuel in. It's all good. Thank you guys again for the support. Thank you for the gas dono, Jazzy, and thank you Lori for the dono as well that I put towards the car as well. So thank you both for those donations. Thank you, appreciate it muchly. And thank all of you guys for the various ways you show your support. As usual, it is always much appreciated, guys. Thank you heaps. All right. With that being said, now that we've got a little fuel in here, we need to figure out where's next on our list, which I literally have no idea. I mean, I don't want to go over to, I kind of want to give Van Normus a miss right now. I don't really want to go over there and be cleaning and doing stuff over there today. I feel like I need a break from Van Normus and to continue getting my breathing right, you know, so I think I'll give that a miss. Won't put that on the plan for today. But I don't know what else to do. It's usually always just working on the van, or you know, all the van stuff or whatever. I actually don't know what else to do right this very second. Plus it's Sunday, so everywhere is so busy and so crowded. You know, anywhere cool to park and stuff. That's the other thing, like even right now, just where to go just to park and pass some time by. I really don't even have a good idea. I mean, I know somewhere. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive. I could potentially here you go there. Not the worst idea I've had, just not necessarily the. It's not really any. That's the thing. Like, if I'm not working, I don't really know what to do. You know, if I'm not filming content, doing something, I never have just a day where I just like, oh, you know, I'll just blah. Like I don't have that sensation. You know, it's like I need to do something. I need to keep busy working, and if I'm not right now, you know, filming van content is like, you know, the thing that I want to do. You know, I want to get the vans cleaned and fixed and done whatever. I wanted to get the Beamer running. We achieved that today already, so that was a huge plus for this video. You know, we accomplished that. But now it's like, okay, well, now what? That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Like, you know, I would love to just go and continue cleaning Van Normus right now or something, you know, but my efforts have failed. I think I need to do what Karen said and get like a professional detailer in there to have a shot using allergen specific, someone who's an expert at cleaning pet allergens and stuff like that, you know. Probably need someone like that, and I may need someone to professional pull the dash out completely and stuff as well, you know. So I don't know. It's one of those situations. I mean, I know deep down inside that probably the best solution, I should say, in that situation, is going to be to rip everything completely out. Like, I fear that's what I'm going to have to do. I don't want to do that, but I fear that's going to be the ultimate best solution to ensure that stuff's completely out there. But that is something I really don't want to do at all. 0.0%. There's not a part of me that's thinking that could be fun. Plus, it'll do havoc on my allergies too. Just pulling that stuff out, you know, it'll play havoc on my breathing in its own right, you know. So I don't really want to do that. I think for the moment, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to drive up the road here to this little spot where I can park by the water for a little bit, and I'll just park there and talk to you guys and figure out what's next. I guess that's probably the best thing to do right now, because like I said, I just need a break from being inside of Van Normus anyways. Like I have no desire to just deal with that right now today, and have my breathing all effed up and whatnot. You know, it's just something I just don't desire doing. You know, in any shape, form, or fashion. So I've enjoyed being able to breathe in this vehicle. It's been a great thing. So yeah, so I think we'll cruise down up the way here. This little area where I can park at. It's pretty nice. Because anywhere else that I go will most likely be, well, technically, probably even this place is going to be packed on a Sunday to park. So I don't even know why I'm driving out there. Realistically, it's probably much to the muchness at this point. I do need to charge my battery up a little bit anyway, so I do need to kind of just drive a little bit in this van just to get my batteries up to par so that everything is Gucci for the night. So I guess we will just drive up a little bit and do that and then figure it out from there. I'm feeling peckish. I could eat something right now, but I usually like to just have my one meal later in the night, so that it's kind of my one meal thing. So tonight, yeah, I'll wait until probably about 7 or 8. Have my meal for the day. Snack on a break you ever ahead of that jazzy. Yes, Faith is looking that way. Hope you won't have to. Time will tell. Pull out van carpet. Yeah. I'm hoping I don't have to either. Time will tell. Sunday drive to my place, Faith. LOL. Never let a chance go by. LOL. Jazz. Hardest thing when you live in a van, you know, you constantly are driving in some shape, form, or fashion, and a lot of times it's out of necessity. You have no choice, you have to drive, especially when you need to keep your power supply and everything charged. That's one of those things you just got to do. And then you gotta constantly be driving to find where the next place where you're going to park. So driving is a big part of your day and your night. You never just stay stationary in the one place. Sometimes, you know, if you're lucky, you find a campground where you can hang out for a couple days. You know, that's nice. Sometimes you can do a 2-day stint. I usually, even if I find a campground that I could technically maybe stay for 2 days, I still will drive. I still have to drive. Like I'll leave there and come back again. Again, just to keep my power supply topped up. That's one thing when I do the build in the battery supply, you know, all the electrics in the next build, in those other vehicles, that I'll be able to hopefully be able to do a bigger and better setup so that I don't have to worry about running out of power so much, and have the ability to have even better solar so that I could just sit for a while in the same place and know that my solar system is powerful enough to get, you know, the most out of the sun that's coming out. So we're just about where we're going to park for a bit. here for a bit. All right, not exactly the best place for sun on my solars. Unfortunately, everywhere looks so busy and packed though that this might be the best I'll be able to do. So we're just gonna have to go with it. All right, anyways, guys, I think I'm going to end this stream here, and I'm just going to work on some videos that I need to catch up on and stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be many people in here at the moment anyways, so it's Sunday and it's Saturday night, late back home in the States right now, so there's tons of people are probably asleep or out enjoying Sunday day here in Australia where it's daytime right now. So, so yeah, I'm going to end this video. I might stream again later, or I will, but I definitely be uploading a video a bit later. Nevertheless, either one or both of those things will happen. So thank all of you guys for your love and support. I appreciate it. Great result getting the Beamer to actually run today. I'm super happy about that. And thank all of you again for the various ways you show your support. It's greatly appreciated. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. As always, remember to leave tomorrow to the fullest and to keep it off tap, out.